Hi, folks. Jimmy out here with another update of what it's like to live during the outbreak of coronavirus. And as you can see, there's not just me. I decided to bring in my best friend of close to about 12 years at this point, Taylor Steele, who has also been doing these vlogs about living during the outbreak of COVID-19. As since school year is starting to wrap up and with graduation season starting to getting close in everybody's mind, we as two college seniors decided to make this video and bring in our perspective of this topic.
Yeah, there's a few things that come to mind when I think about graduation and it being like 3 weeks away now. And honestly, I don't really care if I have a graduation or not. I'm just kind of ready to be done with everything and to move on.
Right, I'm kind of in the same boat as is because it's like this year has already been. It feels like this year's just already dragged on so long, and it's only April. That I think most seniors, at least in college, is kind of like we're wanting to be done with all this.
Yeah. And, most of the anger and the outrage that I've seen about this isn't really focused too much on college students for graduation. It's more about high school students, and I can understand why they're upset because like you and me, we both graduated from high school, and we know what that feels like. We've had that experience. Whereas now it's like, okay, I've done this before. I'm just ready to wrap it up, move on. Uh, Come on, let's give me my degree, and I want to get out of here.
Right, and at least for those college students to care, I think more about graduation. Our school, William Penn University, has like been trying to come up with alternatives. Like we just filled out a survey,
Yeah,
but yeah, from my experience, high schoolers I think are hit the hardest from this. Mainly, again, like mainly due to I think that's the only thing they've really been looking forward to. Whereas us, it's like we're looking forward to actually becoming real adults now.
they're ready to finally get the academic achievement that they've been working 12 plus years for, and now's their chance. And because of the coronavirus and being quarantined and schools being out of session, it just that's it. You don't get a physical graduation where everybody's going to come together. And from what I've heard, because my sister-in-law is a high school senior, she's getting ready to graduate. From what I've heard, they're trying to figure out a way to do it online and kind of stream it for them. But it's still very much in debate right now, and that's kind of where Penn is at the same point where we're not really sure how it's going to happen.
Right, and the whole virtual thing I think is I don't think you'd have the same feeling for it. Like I think at that point it's better to have nothing at all than like trying to like have like a virtual thing because a Zoom meeting of graduation isn't really going to be the best anyway.
No, it would not work at all. I foresee that being a very bad idea, especially because like the survey that they sent out, I don't even think they're quite sure that Zoom is going to work because it just said that they were going to stream it via internet. And
Right.
so I think they want that to be an option, but it's not a fully explored option yet.
No. Well, because at the same point I think they were like we got to do something quickly because that was this whole thing. Is like all this stuff happened. Um, So when it comes to that, I know one of the options that's kind of been ping ponging around, at least at William Penn, and I don't know about the high school or things, is like having the seniors this year walk with seniors next year, and that's an option that I wasn't really a huge fan of because it's like I feel like you're kind of taking over their memory as well.
Kind of. I mean, it's a positive and a negative for me because I don't want to have to wait a year just to walk, especially because I won't have been in school for that year.
Right.
So it'll be really strange. But the nice thing about it is that technically speaking, I could walk with my wife at that point because she's a year younger than me, which would be kind of cool and kind of fun. But at the same
Yeah.
point, I don't know if I would do it just because it's a weird question of it's like, would I do it? Would I not do it? I don't know. That's just kind of where I'm at this point in time.
Yeah. Uh, I think that the last thing we probably should address in this is the whole like support the class of 2020 thing that's been going on social media, where like people are like been posting their senior photos and their photos of graduation. Because I know my opinion on that, and I feel like that's kind of a bit, like the seniors aren't really mad at anybody in particular, but I feel like that's kind of an annoying thing to do because like here's a photo of my graduation that you don't get. Like that's kind of what it seems like to me.
Yeah, I think it's nice that the sentiment is there and that you're wanting to try and like show support for them. But I agree that it's kind of like a little bit sour in that way that it's like, yeah, here's my graduation photo. This was me, and then it's like, oh, well, I'm glad you got that. I didn't get that. I'm not going to get that, and now you're
Right.
kind of rubbing it in my face.
Yeah, and we're not saying don't support the class of 2020. Obviously, you should, especially if you have family who's graduating. But just don't like don't bring up your graduation ceremony because it's like that doesn't help their feelings.
You say, hey, is there anything I can do for you to help out with this whole not not graduation kind of thing going on? And then they'll tell you.
Yeah, and maybe it's as easy as like family photos and things like that. So that's been our thoughts on this whole graduation.
Be more like, I'm here to help you through this rather than just being like, hey, I was once in your shoes, but I didn't have to deal with this.
Right, a post on social media isn't the best thing. Call them, shoot them a text, talk to them as opposed to just we're here for you. Here's my senior photo because it's gonna sting more than I think it's gonna help them.
I think that's roughly about all we have to talk about for right now. So,
Yeah, at least for this. On my video, a link to Taylor's channel will be down in the description below. If you want to check him out about what it's like being a parent during all this.
vice versa, if you want to go check out Jimmy's channel, I'm going to put a link in my description for it so you can see all the stuff that he's kind of been going through, from just getting that normal springtime sickness to finding some stuff from his childhood in a shed.
Yeah, it's been a weird time. So I guess we'll talk to you folks in the next one.